Greetings, dear friends, from the most beautiful place in Morocco, in Marrakesh. You can hear the water in front of me, which is actually the overfill from the pool, which is just so gorgeous. I'm just going to turn it round so you can see what I get to see every morning. And this literally is a beyond my wildest dreams experience. One, when we look back to what we were talking about last week about birth and long labours, this was actually a really easy manifestation. It was one that I didn't put a lot of energy into. I wanted to come here, I felt called to come here, and I just put it out there to see what happened. And in the end, I had to let it go. I didn't think it was actually going to happen. I let go of the expectation. There's a whole point there in a minute. And it came together. There were enough people to run a retreat. We've got a small retreat, so there's 4 and me, 5. The 5th element made it all happen. Lovely Jenny, thank you. And we've just been having the most astounding time here. It is just gorgeous. Hardly any access to Wi-Fi, so only in the main house. Really nice to deprogram. And this brings me to last week. So last week I had an experience where I was supported to step into the fullness of my own being on Wednesday with my coach, and expanded into my Merkaba field fully. So 88 feet in all directions. I expanded my energy field from all parts of me to come in and to be fully in myself. And I was feeling really confident, really cool, having a good cruisy time. And I just expected that was going to keep going. And I crashed and burned big time, which happens when we have expectations and when life isn't mirroring those expectations. So the combination of having that amazing experience on Wednesday and then going to see my acupuncturist on Friday, who sort of reinforced my boundaries and my heart center, meant that I kind of lost it a bit on Friday evening, Saturday morning. Nothing to do with the retreat, but more to do with issues in my heart and my expectations that weren't being met. And you know, we all have expectations, but we know the root of all suffering comes from resisting what's going on and not seeing things for what they are, and not taking a step back to just see what's going on and to remind ourselves of what we want to vibrate to, what we want to attract into our world. So there's a situation in my life that I really wanted to be something that I don't know whether it can be or it will be. It doesn't really matter, but I started to take my energy outside of myself and put it elsewhere rather than in me. And we know that when we're wanting to manifest something, we have to get into the feeling of what does it feel like to have what we want? Not who, not what outer circumstances, but what does it actually feel like? We have to shift our vibration and then trust, without having to have a long and arduous labour, that what we're asking for is coming to us. And anything that comes into our lives that seems in conflict with that is just resistance that needs to be acknowledged and released. It's not what we want. It's not what we've signed up for. So this really rocked my world, and I felt very destabilised for a good 48 hours. I'm just starting to find my centre again now, and letting go of those expectations. But a practice that really helped me, which I wanted to offer you this week, is the full yogic breath. Like, you know about breathing deeply into your belly. That's the first stage. And then breathing into your rib cage. So you actually bring your hands up and you start to breathe and expand your rib cage to the side. And once you've got that, you bring your hands up to the top and you breathe all the way up to the top of your lungs. And if you remember that your lungs inflate front, back, sides, down and up, you receiving your own fullness will then allow life to flow to you in a way that is mirroring that fullness. And that's what I'm working on this week. Teaching a retreat I never thought I'd teach. Having the most wonderful time getting to know a beautiful, beautiful town, a beautiful country. And you know what? The vibe here is so peaceful. Like, if each country has a vibe or each town has a vibe, there is peace here. It is beautiful. I don't know if it's the lack of EMFs, just the culture. It is just loving. So I'm feeling very loved, and I share that love with you, and I will be back in touch next Monday. Okay, namaste. Have a beautiful week. Take care. Bye bye.